Poverello.
Hello? Hi, I was just wondering if you guys would like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? What's your name?
Carl.
Carl? Here you go, Carl. You guys have a wonderful day. Hello.
Here you go, bud. Knock, knock, Poverello. Is it you and your wife?
Yeah, me and my wife.
All right. Here you go, bud.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We were wondering if you'd like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, hon.
Here you go, Keely.
Thank you. Pamela! Hi! I came to see you! I can't get to you! I'll figure it out!
Hi. I'm glad you made it.
I know, I gotta get to you.
This year in 2023, we celebrate 50 years of Poverello House. It's incredibly special to be part of such a milestone. To be here for such a time as this is really amazing. And ultimately, we're here because we stand on the shoulders of giants such as Papa Mike, who started all of this by giving out peanut butter and jelly sandwiches out of the back of his car. And so when we think about that, living on in our community 5 decades later, that's something that's very special and incredibly unique about our community. People do a lot of acts of kindness, I think, for other people. Sometimes we call them random acts of kindness or whatnot. For Papa Mike, it was peanut butter and jelly sandwiches out of the back of his car. And that resonated so deeply with people. And then there's a few more people and a few more people and a few more people. And now here we are 50 years later with a staff of over 100 people on this beautiful 6.5-acre campus, serving over 1 million hot meals a year. I mean, it's just staggering what that vision and what his love for others transformed into what Poverello House is today.
Well, the Poverello House is foundational to Fresno. They are providing services, they're providing outreach, they're providing housing. They're the ones that are providing the hope for this homeless population.
Thank you guys so much for being here with us today. We're here to talk about and celebrate 50 years of Poverello House. So Jim, you were the CEO here at Poverello House for 23 years. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that journey and even before that time?
You know, I came along in 1990. I was one of those that was coerced to come in here. I was a stockbroker and I didn't want to do it, but I did it. Mike instilled in me the same thing that he did in many, 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 many other people. And that is a love for your brother and your sister and a life of service. And I didn't have that before I came here.
What keeps Poverello House moving is the core of Papa Mike. We all believe in what he started. We want to continue what he started. Every day we're walking in his legacy, and we're fortunate to still have Mama Mary and his daughter here to be able to experience that. This is what you all started, and we get an opportunity every day to continue in his memory and to continue to show Mama Mary, wow, did we ever think that this was going to happen? And so it's a very beautiful experience to be able to share that with her now and her family.
I always said I had certain parameters of who I wanted to be attracted to, and he fit all the parameters. Yeah, I was a goner when I met him. Mike volunteered in San Francisco. In fact, he volunteered 6 nights a week before we got married. And this is one of my first images of Mike dealing with Poverello people.
There are things that we've captured in photographs, but it was his actual actions that I think translated and connected with people so much, because he was able to live that truth every day. Everything else, I think, was secondary to that. 50 years later, you see hundreds of people now working for the POV that are doing the same thing and can feel that and do that action of love for another human. And he was just going to do it. And then you could come along if you wanted. If not, he was going to do it anyways. So
Mike wasn't about creating a legacy, not at all. It really was very simple. What do you need? What can I give you? And that's all it was about. All the rest of it was noise to him.
Just to watch how things have changed and how much we do for the community is amazing. You know, nobody really knows about.
I do think the rehab program is one that the community really doesn't appreciate. And the fact that there are so many people that come in here in kind of desperate shape, they go through the rigors of the program and they end up with a career afterwards. The fact that they were able to come from a very difficult situation, get through that, and then to see them with their families and stuff and realize how much that has meant to not only them, but their families.
Riding a motorcycle to me gives me the feeling of being truly free. Like I'm in control of everything. It really keeps me aware of my surroundings. When I'm riding, I feel comfortable and I feel relaxed. And I really enjoy it. The path I am on now, it probably feels about the same. Because I'm in control now. I got the ability to go fast or go slow. But like in my recovery, I have to watch my surroundings. I've been arrested about 22 times, and I've spent a little over 6 years incarcerated, and all my convictions were alcohol related. I started drinking heavily again, and during the pandemic, it landed me in a position where I was going to go back to prison. They gave me the opportunity to come to the Poverello. I could do a treatment program. I really came in with just an open heart and just wanting to be accepted and wanted to change my program because it was tough.
James is a very wonderful individual. You know, he came here with just a clean slate. He said he was willing to do everything and anything it took to get his life back together. And he was really one of our star program participants. He worked in our day room tirelessly. He was the epitome of our current year motto, which is relentless hospitality. James will be moving on to now work as the house manager for our transitional living facility. He's going to be overseeing the day-to-day function and operation over there in terms of recovery and holding these guys accountable. So he's really become an example for others to follow.
I like cleaning. I like making coffee. I like making bagels with cream cheese. If I'm serving guys and taking their plates, and I'm kind of like that. I never really had any brothers. I was raised by some sisters. So this has been a really blessing for me to have friends and brothers now that I can care about and care for. And I really need to find the core of why I keep going back and drinking. And I believe it was acceptance. And here I feel accepted, and I feel needed, and I believe that I'm important now. And I feel that Poverello has made a huge impact in my life. It's home.
I'm Paul Stack. I'm the Chief Operation Officer of Poverello House. Average day, like get here at 6 in the morning. As soon as we get here, it's on. Got to open up. Guys are here right then. Got to get started on breakfast. Got like an hour before our clients come in. We got outgoing that we have to do. Our outreach folks are getting their stuff together. They might need something going from the warehouse, getting all of them ready to go for the day as they go out and do their thing. Clients come in and from the gate, go into the showers and get their laundry done and everything. You know, they might need clothes or dogs getting away. There's a million things that can pop up right when our gates open up. And then we go through that, we serve breakfast. That's just the start today. And then once breakfast is done, kind of settles down a little bit, then we start on lunch. Do our lunch, then get ready for dinner, and then just, you know, all the little things that pop up during the day. Maybe it's a big donation showing up, take care of that. The main thing is taking care of our clients' needs. Whatever shows up, we try to take care of.
And look at the people we've hired, the Poverello has hired, that have gone through the program.
That's right. So now about 35% of our entire workforce are graduates of our rehab program.
So when I was 19, I was arrested for kidnap robbery and armed robberies, and I went to prison for 10 years. They sent me to a level 4 maximum security prison. I learned real quick that violence, people respect that. You survive with that. 10 years of that type of behavior, I came home a violent person. It took me from just a dumb kid and turned me into basically an animal. Entering the men's rehabilitation program at Poverello House, it changed me. I was already done with that lifestyle when I came in here. I just needed to learn the tools to live like a normal human being. Learning how to control your emotions, learning how not to act when on an emotion. These are big things. Learning that the battlefield is in your mind, because your thoughts can drive you to do some of the worst things you've ever done, like walk out of here and go do 10 years, because that's easy. Paying bills, that was hard, and I was scared. I'd never done that before. Going to these classes that they have, taking a real interest in them, thinking about the questions they asked and what I wanted out of life is what drove me through this program. And they helped me every step of the way. I mean, they helped me get my license back. They paid for my DV classes. Man, they did a lot. They went out of their way for me, and then they hired me. When I got hired here, I didn't even know what an email was. I knew what a flip phone was. I knew the green button was to answer it. Hello, yeah, Sheriff's Department, click, red button, hang up. I want to talk to you, you know. So I knew that was all I knew. I had been incarcerated all my life, you know, and I didn't know nothing. I couldn't even turn the computer on.
What's funny is I first met Richard when I was participating in this rehab program. We were roommates. So Richard currently fills our case manager position. From start to finish, he will work with them from just coming straight off the streets to all the way into their own apartment. And Richard is a rock star at that position, and he is the embodiment of the Poverello House mission statement to these guys, really enriching their lives every day, bringing a service that hasn't been brought to this program before.
I think the rehabilitation program is the heart of Poverello House, because these guys, they cook the food, they clean the dishes, they serve the food, they do the security, they hand out the blankets, they hand out the shoes, the clothes. They run this place, and they do a great job at it. What they're doing is they're serving. They're serving their community. They're not taking. They're giving back to the poor, the downtrodden, the hungry, the cold. It gives them a sense of self-worth, is what I believe. And that's what it did for me. And a lot of guys I talk to as the case manager tell me the same thing, that they get that sense that, like, hey, I'm doing something great. And while doing that, they are learning a new way of life. They're learning sympathy. They're learning patience. They're learning all of these different things that they don't have as a drug addict. As a drug addict or a criminal or an alcoholic, everything is instant gratification. And here, you don't get instant gratification. Everything you get here, you worked for, you work hard for it. And so that's what they learn. I'm amazed at what I've learned at my age. You know, they say you can't teach old new tricks. Yeah, you can. I don't have proof of that.
Well, I was the first volunteer here. It just made me feel so good. It was like a high, a natural high you could get. Even now, when I'm over in the contact office, I feel that still. That's what I want to share with volunteers.
And that goes back to the Franciscan viewpoint that he took, was that we're all here just as humans trying to get through life. And, you know, some people have more things with them and other people don't have material things, but we all need love and we get that love from each other.
I feel Father Simon loved Mike into being Papa Mike.
And I think that's what it takes, is each of us doing what we can to love others, because we've all got troubles. Nobody's without them.
Hi, my name is Yellowfeather Noriega, and I have been in cahoots with the Poverello since 2007. I'm gonna be completely 100% honest. It's been a love-hate relationship, but towards the end of a new beginning, it's a love relationship, totally. You guys are always good to me.
Well, you were always fairly good to us.
Except for one.
I know, that's okay. There's always one.
There's always one. I remember Papa Mike telling me, you know, if you want a handout, that's not what's gonna help you get out of this situation. It's a hand up. He goes, but you have to want it.
So what's it like walking around campus?
It was interesting.
Yes?
Yeah.
Some memories?
A lot of
Good and
memories.
bad?
Good and bad. Yeah, I've gotten in trouble. When I drink, I am not a very nice person at all. I remember complaining to one of the staff members. Her name was Susan. She told me that everybody is God's child and nobody is to be turned away. She goes, I wouldn't turn you away if you were drunk. And it really meant something to me to hear that, because there were also moments where you know that you were a human being and they seen you.
Well, and that journey for most folks is not a straight line.
No, it isn't.
Right? Like, oh, I became homeless and then I went to POV and went to Mad Point and they got me housed and it's great and life is awesome. You know, like, it's not. The journey looks like this. All of our journeys look like that, right? But in homelessness,
you're there to be out of the elements, where nobody can hurt you, where you're safe for a night, where you don't have to worry about being raped while you're sleeping or somebody burning you in your tent, because it's real out there. And we pretend we don't see it. And then after a while, we don't see it. And all of us are somebody's mother, father, daughter, son, aunt, uncle. We all matter. When they had knocked down all the encampments in 2013, I really felt homeless. And there's this church that would come out once a month, and then they pass out a banana, an apple. You get a sandwich, you get a soup, and then they ask you if you want prayer. And I told her, well, I'm tired of people kicking me when I'm down. And she gently grabbed my hand and she said, sweetheart, why would they do anything less than what you're doing to yourself? And I kicked myself a lot. It's been rough. It had been a rough road. So I decided that I was going to get sober, and I checked into the Naomi House.
Naomi's House is a low-barrier shelter, so we meet them where they're at. And a lot of them are coming in with a lot of trauma. They may have some substance abuse issues, mental health.
When you're in the Naomi House, you have a case manager, and they really do focus on you helping yourself. You know, giving you a hand up, not a handout. There's a lot of programs for men, but there are a few programs for women, but there are no shelters. Just the Naomi House. I love that place, I swear.
That's what I love about Naomi's House. We do things like art therapy and things that heal the mind and soul, because that's what's going to drive you to be the person that you are meant to be.
I believe that people should support the Poverello. It's helped me flourish and succeed, and I have 10 years sober now. And the first 6 months of my sobriety, I did it out here. So I am super, super indebted and grateful to the POV.
I'm so happy for you.
Look what peanut butter and jelly can do. It's limitless. There are definitely more me's out there that need to be saved and to be helped. For me, being a board member here at the Poverello, it means that my voice can be heard and I can be a voice for the voiceless, hope for the hopeless. And I've been out there, for a long time. I just thought that was my life. And when you're ready to do it for you, when you're tired of people kicking you when you're down, it's doable.
As he liked to say, we're all brothers and sisters. It doesn't matter whether you're from Yale or jail. And he treated everybody the same.
That's the unifying piece.
Yeah, it's a unifying
across faiths, across socioeconomics, across geography. Love is that piece that brings everyone together. It was about how are we the same, no matter what faith you're from, no matter what background you're from, and how do we go out and make a difference in people's lives together.
What I like about the work I do is being able to continue Papa Mike's legacy. Him being my mentor and being able to guide me through situations that at some point I may not have ever known, it gives me a feeling of gratefulness. I'm beyond blessed to be able to serve, to be with the families from start to finish, to be able to watch a family go into housing and to see a child's eyes light up when they first come to their bed, or when you just encounter them and they're at that space where they're frustrated or they're overwhelmed, and to look at a mom or look at a dad or look at the child and say, I'm here. I'm going to help you as best as I can. It's gonna be okay right now, because right now I'm here with you. And to give them that hope, to give them that spirit that he gave me, is something I could never take away.
My name is Virginia. I'm 42 years old. I have 2 kids, 10 and 6, and I live in Fresno. Homelessness, it's really tough with the kids because, we don't have a place to shower, to keep clean, or it's hard living in the car, and they were sad, crying, not happy, and, just miserable. They would miss a lot of school, and it's just heartbreaking. But now they're happy. They're even excited now because we got a place. It's amazing because I've seen them grow too, and they're just happy now, so it's great.
It's a rainy day, but it's a good day. Rainy days are always good days.
Ready?
Ready? Thank you. I love you.
When we get to moments where individuals reach that end point, it's not necessarily the end, but the journey of a new start. When we reach that point of them getting those keys to move in, you've worked with somebody so hard to show them that you care, that they matter. And to see their level go from the emotions of tears, frustration, wanting to give up, to the point where now they're looking at employment, they're looking at schooling, they're looking at their future. It's an experience that you can never take for granted. It's an opportunity to be able to rebuild and take new steps in learning my own journey.
Now it's home, so it feels great. Doing a little bit at a time, but hey, I accomplished, got him a home, and now I'm working on getting my car fixed and a job, and everything's just coming along perfectly.
Happily ever after.
Right?
I remember Mike saying he just wanted to help people feel more human.
That was the worry when he passed, was that possibly we would lose that, and it feels like that just hasn't happened over the last 6 years. It clearly is. The love that the people in our community have is just overflowing, and so it continues to wash over the POV even without him being here. So we're super grateful to see that going on.
I was on the board for 37 years, and if it hadn't been for Mike, we wouldn't exist today, and we can be thankful for everything he's done for the homeless, the people in real need. It's just incredible the progress that the Poverello House has made over all these years.
3 words that describe Poverello House: embracing, positivity, and change.
You want me to hold it? Poverello House in 3 words: special, transformational, love.
Happiest place on earth. Well, that was 4, but
compassionate,
family,
hopeful,
spirit,
and hospitality.
and sometimes a little bit of chaos.
Poverello is nurturing, caring, and compassionate.
I can give it to you in 2 words: unconditional love.
The life force of this place is really strong. You are drawn to this place because of what you can give and what you get back in giving.
And I think, like, for our community, now 50 years later, our community couldn't afford.
Now they can't afford not to have us
to
around.
not have Poverello House.
Exactly.
If tomorrow we just said, well, good job, guys, 50 years, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll clap it up, give out some awards, and go
See
about
ya.
our lives. That's a tremendous hole in this community, in the people we serve, the people who volunteer every day, the people who write a $50 check. That's one way you know you're making a tremendous impact in a place or in a person's life, when if we weren't here, what would that mean for the community? And I think it would mean a lot of hardship.
I really think that my time here was probably the most important thing that I've ever done in my life. This place is miraculous, and it changes people's lives, not just the people we serve. The volunteers, we're all changed by our experience at Poverello House. And I think that's why we're still here.
I hope that you watched this special today and that you were moved in your spirit. I would encourage you to go to our website, learn about the work that we do at Poverello House. There's so much more than we can tell you in 30 minutes. The truth is, we need your time. We need the old clothes in your closet. We also need your financial support. The average gift at Poverello House is $50 a month. Every dollar that you give advances the mission of this place to make sure that people have the opportunity to walk the journey of hope in our community every single day.
In 2023, the Poverello House will prepare and serve over 1 million meals, staff over 125 employees, provide shelter at 6 sites, ensure over 60,000 shelter nights, provide over 50,000 hot showers and 20,000 loads of laundry, rebuild our kitchen to serve even more meals and provide a restaurant-style experience for all, every meal, every day, and receive over 38,000 volunteer hours. From spreading peanut butter to spreading hope, thanks to you. Join us this Thursday, March 30th, here on ABC 30 for the Call for Hope Telethon, where you can learn more about the Poverello story and how you can support everything we do.
I like to give out hugs, so just this morning I ran into a hug. And the thing I like about hugs is you can't give one without getting one. So